Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven Godspeed.
With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 4 of 4.
Etc.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Наши программы предлагают много языков. Пожалуйста, посмотрите suprememastertv.com/schedule.
In every country, there are rich people and poor people. You can't help it. As I told you already, all this crazy war and spending on killing instead. And even if England did not make war, the war in other countries also involved UK, then they also have to spend a lot of money on that, on the war, since World War I and World War II already.
You don't have to be vegan or making peace. You won't die in hell. You'll live forever, just suffering and burned and punished to no end.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centres near you.
Warning: sensitive content.
Người ngồi đó đẹp từ chân đến trán, tóc tơ vàng và mắt biếc đại dương. Đà Nam rồng môi chín mộng hồng, lời ngọt liềm từng ngón đàn tha thiết.
Hello, Master.
Hello, Master.
Hello, Master.
Hi, how you know it's me?
Very easy recognize.
Yeah, okay, it's good. I like to talk this way because you guys are always ready.
Yes.
Always, anytime. Even late or early morning or late night and anywhere. So thank you for this. It makes me feel welcome, as if you really like to hear me talking to you, my voice.
Yes, Master.
As if.
We like to hear from Master very much.
Oh, really?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, Master. We are.
Then it's good. Are you all okay after moving again?
Yes, Master. We are okay.
We are fine.
Yeah, try to get used to the new environment. It doesn't matter. It's all work anyway.
Yes.
Not like, okay, we like this scenery or we like this sightseeing. No such thing, huh? Sorry. Really sorry. I appreciate that you guys are easygoing. I'm sorry you had to keep moving recently.
It's okay, Master.
It's okay, Master.
Anyway, join the club. Join my club. Welcome to my world. We don't mind going. Just it's a lot of equipment and arrangements and have to work fast. Have to work also.
Yes.
When we're moving, it's sometimes like delaying or obstructing work a little bit. That's all we care about. Otherwise, it doesn't matter where. It's all in God's realm. In our mind, it's always God's realm.
Yes,
Master.
Yeah, this world is like that. It's not all simple, you know. It always has a lot of borders, a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of visa problems. That's the problem. But we won't be long in this world, so be patient. Just enjoy it.
Yes, Master.
What?
Understand, Master.
No matter how many problems, it won't be long. We won't stay here forever in this world.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yeah. We'll go home at the end of our life. It's not all that long. I remember that when you saw some shows and you picked some of my old times, like 20, 30 years ago photos, they look young and beautiful.
Yes,
I like
yes.
it. And just in the blink of an eye, now I am much older than at that time. Much, much older. It's so fast. Yeah. I just want to see if you're all right and everything's good. Do you have good food and people buy food for you, take good care of you?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
we have, Master.
Okay, don't spare on that.
Yes.
You must have good food. And all the vitamins I told you to take, you have, right? All of you.
Yes,
we
Master.
have.
Yes,
We have, Master.
Yeah, I told all of you. I mean, I can only take care of the in-house. The outside people know everything. They can take care of themselves. Right. Then it's good. Anything you want to tell me or ask me or report?
Yes, Master, we have some news to report.
Oh, tell me.
Yes. The First Lady of Ukraine, Olena Zelenska, has urged the UK to unite the world and help end the war in Ukraine. She's comparing the Ukraine suffering to that of the UK in World War II.
Yeah, that is true. It is true. Not just the UK, but, many countries in the world truly have experienced terrible disasters from the war.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
So many decades and, all these centuries as well. Just long ago, we did not have so much correspondence like nowadays. Information is easier to obtain today than long ago. Yeah, during World War I or World War II, for example. Otherwise, war is always terrible.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
And I hope the whole world really helps Ukraine, meaning Ukraine, of course, to regain their peace, because they done nothing wrong. All they do is just plant food to feed the world in their own peaceful and humble way. They don't deserve this. It's terrible. Every time I read some news about Ukraine suffering during the war, I cry so much. I told God I cannot cry anymore because of the suffering of the animals, people, but I just cry again. I just did. Some time ago, even maybe 20 minutes ago, before I call you. I just can't help it. I cannot help crying. My heart just is in so much pain. So much pain. I don't know what kind of world we live in that has to be like this. Why? My God, so much money is spent on the war, that all this money will help all the people in the world, and nobody ever has to be hungry or suffer any need at all. We can even build houses for everyone and give them all the food they need. Everything they need. I mean, the basics.
Yes, Master. We understand.
This doesn't have to be luxury or anything, but they could have a home and food on the table.
Yes.
And now, all this money is spent just for quelling people, inflicting pain on anyone, women and children even. They do nothing wrong. This is a crazy world. Oh, God.
She also stated that Russia has brought systematic violence, rape and torture to women, children and men in her country.
And it's important also for us to understand that sexually related crimes is not just about violence or threatening. In fact, this is another instrument that they're using as their weaponry. This is another weapon in their arsenal in this war conflict. That's why they're using this systematically and openly. They're very open about this. That is why it's extremely important to recognize this as a war crime and to bring all the perpetrators to accountability.
Ми знаємо, що наймолодшій дівчинці
The youngest girl who was raped by the Russian occupiers was 4 years old. The oldest survivor was 85. These are the victims we know. How many victims we still don't know about?
This kind of brutal bad behavior makes a very terrible reputation for Russia as a whole.
Yeah, you're right. I also read some of this. Also, it says that the Russian soldiers, they're very open about it. They even tell their wives about the raping women and children system there. And the woman didn't even stop it. Did not say, don't do it. As a woman to woman, how can this be? They say, okay, you can do it, just don't tell me. Meaning, don't tell her.
Wow.
Don't tell the Russian wife. It's been kind of encouraging.
Так, ты давай там украинских баб насилуй, да, мне ничего не говори, понятно?
Ага.
Я сегодня
Насиловать, тебе ничего не говорить?
Да, чтобы я ничего не знала.
Можно, да?
Да, разрешаю. Только предохраняйся.
How can a woman be like that to another woman? Suppose she herself, the Russian wife of these soldiers, is being raped and tortured, or her children or her boys are being raped, molested, and tortured like that. How would she feel?
Yes, Master.
I don't know why the Russians. I don't think all the Russian people are like this. That's it for sure. And maybe only those who are so brainwashed or evil in their mind. Otherwise, nobody can do this. Why do the Russian people, or these Russians who participate in or encourage this system, want to give Russia such a devilish reputation in the world and in history?
Right.
How can anybody ever trust Russians again? Any Russian?
Yes.
It makes people frightened of Russians and distrust and be disgusted with the Russian people. And this is terrible. It is not fair for the good Russians.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Oh, I don't know what to say anymore. It's terrible. As a woman myself, this is horrible to hear that some Russian women even support it or not discourage it.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Like these Russians, how do they even lift their faces up and look at other people or look into their own mirror? What kind of demons have they become and influencing others in their country to make their country become such a demonic nation that is abhorred by the whole planetary citizens? That I don't understand how they want to do that and why.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Yeah. How can they support such a demonic war and brutal system like that? And even on TV, on their own TV and all that, supporting these kinds of things and supporting more violence. Oh my God. What a country. What a system. What a government. Oh, this is truly, truly unthinkable.
You know, normally in society, if somebody rapes somebody, not to talk about children, men, and no women even, they will be accused as criminal and will be put in jail and punished accordingly.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
right.
Yes.
So I don't know why a wife of a dignified soldier, even if she believes that he fights for a good cause, would want to agree to encourage to make her husband into a criminal like that.
Yes, right.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
And Russia, leaders of Russia, I don't understand you. Why? Not only do you take criminals out of prisons to fight for your so-called justified war, but you also want to make your citizens become criminals as well.
A quiet rural neighborhood, shattered by barbaric violence. In a village west of Kiev, a first-hand account of rape by invading soldiers.
A soldier entered our house. My husband and I were there. At gunpoint, he took me to a neighboring house. He was ordering me, "Take your clothes off or I'll shoot you." Then he started raping me.
She returned home to find her husband shot in the abdomen. He died 2 days later. She buried him in the backyard.
I found drugs and Viagra that they left behind. They would get high and they were drunk. Most of the invading soldiers are killers, rapists and looters. I want to ask Putin, why is this happening? I don't understand. We're not living in the Stone Age.
Just up the road, we heard of another rape case. This is the house a woman was taken to and assaulted. Upstairs, the bedroom where she was later killed. It's a disturbing scene. We travelled 70 miles east to another village. To what used to be the home of a family. The woman who lived in this house managed to escape along with her child. She called the Ukrainian police and she's given them her testimony. She's told them she was raped multiple times by the 2 drunk Russian soldiers who killed her husband. And she said they threatened to kill her little boy too if she didn't do exactly as they said. As the soldiers left, they burned down the house. In Kiev, we met Ukraine's human rights ombudsman, Lyudmila Denisova, who's been recording rape cases.
About 25 girls and women aged 14 to 24 were raped during the occupation in the basement of one house in Bucha. 9 of them are pregnant. A 25-year-old woman called to tell us her 16-year-old sister was raped in the street in front of her. To calculate the number of such sexual crimes is impossible at the moment because not everyone has come to us. Not everyone is willing to talk to us.
Where does justice go now? What kind of country do you want to make your nation become? What kind of people do you want to turn your citizens into? What kind of reputation do you want to show the whole community of the world? What kind of worthy cause can you justify for yourself? Ask yourself and kneel forever on your knees to ask humans to forgive you. Not to talk about asking God to forgive you yet. I hope you have a tiny little weeny bit of a mustard seed of belief in the judgment of God to do that. Even if you have lost all of your dignity or your self-esteem already, which I believe you did. You did lose all that matters to be a gentleman in this world. I still bother myself to ask you this question because I do miss Russia, the Russian people who have been so kind to me that I don't forget. The moral standard that they had to help me in very little things that I appreciated. I miss Russia, the country that I could have been even free enough to go there, to be accepted, to make a lecture in Moscow, the capital of your country. I miss that country. I miss that Russia.
Yes. Yes, Master.
Where does that Russia go? Under your leadership. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on all of you who support your crazy, brutal, evil cause of war in Ukraine or anywhere else. Shame on you. You should be repenting forever if you even have any IQ or any little moral left to do that. I will pray that hell will spare you, but I am not sure my prayer would be effective in your case. And it's not too difficult to imagine that these so-called soldiers, when they come back to your country, having been misled into this kind of indecent, cruel, wicked taste of raping people, they might continue to do that in your country. Maybe to your wife, your lovers, your partners, your children. Good luck. That it won't happen to you and your other innocent citizens. And when they come back to your country and they commit the same sin, the same crime, then in a peaceful time, they will be punished or be jailed according to the civilized law. But these crimes have been taught during the war by their own leaders of their own nation. Is that the thing that you can accept? Anybody can accept?
No, Master. No.
And for the woman who almost like encouraged your husband in a foreign land to rape all the women and all the little children, boys or girls or men, do you think this is a noble thing to do? Why would you want a criminal, this ugly, filthy, brutal criminal as a husband and as a father of your children? The women or men or young boys, young girls, little children, they have nothing to do with the politics in Ukraine or anywhere else.
They held me in captivity for 5 days, and those were horrible 5 days. I was interrogated by the local collaborators. I was beaten, humiliated, and had to undergo continuous tortures. At one point, I realized that I just stopped being a person. They were not treating me as a human.
Elisa had been filming a documentary when she was captured in the Donetsk region. She was sexually abused by a Russian commander.
And he forced me to take out of my clothes and take a bath in front of him. And after, he didn't let me put any clothes on me, only like a small towel. And he put his gun in front of me, and he was cleaning his gun, and he was just enjoying his power, that he can do whatever he wants, and I could do nothing, almost naked next to him. And after, he tried to rape me.
Our own teams in Ukraine have seen evidence of this. We filmed at this house in a village outside Kyiv, where 2 Russian soldiers allegedly raped 2 Ukrainian women. One of them was Vika, who told us why she wanted to share her ordeal.
Жінки, які їх теж, я знаю багато жінок, не мовчіть, розказуйте, їх треба покарати.
28-year-old Olena and her husband Sasha were living in Hostomel when the war started. In early March, while she was out looking for water, Olena was captured by Russian troops, she says, held hostage in a one-room apartment for 2 days. But it was about to get even worse.
Говорю, глянь мужа, говорю, він навіть не став його дивитися. Я говорю, сразу говорю, ну, може, мужа оглянеш. Він сразу до мене почав. Налякана дуже була. Бог йому суддя. Бог його суддя.
So this is the worst crime that your citizen can commit, your husband can commit. Please tell them, stop it, or they all will go to hell. I mean, forever, like their leaders together. Be forever in hell, burning in there, tortured, raped, and molested, and all kinds of punishments. How can anybody, even during war, systematically tell their soldiers to rape these harmless women and children, young boys or girls or men? And how can any woman encourage their own husband to brutally, evilly force this woman into such kind of torture, rape? This is beyond human, beyond beasts. Even the beasts in the jungle, they don't do that.
Right.
So what kind of Russia is it that your leaders and you women want it to be? What kind of Russia do you want it to be? I mean, what kind of a nation do you want Russia to become? What kind in the whole world? How can you face anybody on this planet? Think about it. Go home, go back to Russia and apologize to the whole world. Hopefully, humans will forgive you. Is there anything else?
Yes, Master.
Tell me.
People have criticized the Princess of Wales, Princess Catherine, for wearing an expensive diamond brooch valued at £14,000 during UK's current economic hardships at a state banquet. Some say she should rather have donated that to a worthy charity cause.
I don't know what these people think. She's a future queen of Great Britain. Should she wear something like from Walmart?
Oh, no, Master.
Yeah. And that is a state dinner, and the first state dinner for King Charles III. And they are having guests from other countries, like the president of South Africa.
Yes.
People are like that. I mean, maybe it's an heirloom from her family, her friends, or her relatives. Gave it to her. And this is the first banquet for King Charles III. So, of course, she wants to look the best, to represent her country.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
And in every country, there are rich people and poor people. You can't help it. As I told you already, all this crazy war and spending on killing instead. And even if England did not make war, the war in other countries also involved UK, then they also have to spend a lot of money on that, on the war, since World War I and World War II already.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
But in England's system, they really take care of people, as far as I know. Like if the family has problems and the children are not well cared for, they will take care of the children.
Yes.
And if the parents don't look after the children well, then the children will be like the Queen's children. The government will take care, will pay for houses, for their school, for their college, and for all the expenses that the children need until they grow up more and have jobs and earning their own money.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
This is a very good system. And every country has poor and rich because the world is like that nowadays.
Yes, Master.
The money is not spent on truly good causes. And one bad country infects the other countries, for example.
Right.
But even if the Princess of Wales, Catherine, donated that brooch for any charity cause, it won't last too long either.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
right.
Yes.
Even if she donates everything she has, and excuse me, just wear pajama to go to the state banquet, still it won't help the whole country. It won't last long.
Yes, right.
Yes, Master.
The whole society has to change systems.
Yes.
And the whole country's citizens have to chip in to help.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
The Princess of Wales, the future Queen of Great Britain, she wears what she should wear.
Yes.
Especially at guest dinner. They invited some important person, I think is...
Yes, President of South Africa was there.
Yeah, the President of South Africa. She should represent England, meaning English people. Represent Great Britain. Is a great country. It has wealth. It has value. It has tradition.
Yeah.
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Yes.
If they want a princess, then they should treat her as a princess and let her do her duty as a princess and represent them as a princess of Wales and the future Queen of Great Britain.
Indeed, Master.
Yes, Master.
So many people have much more money than her.
Yes.
Right.
And they wear more and they have more lavishing luxury than the Princess of Wales. And how come? They don't criticize them. You can't criticize all the rich people. They are rich because maybe they inherit something from their parents, or they work hard, or they're clever.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
You can't just blame the princess alone. If they want the monarchy, they should let the monarchy represent them as the monarchy.
Yes,
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 Master.
Master.
Yes.
With glory, with splendor, with all the traditional systems, like wearing special clothes, wearing a special crown, even with diamonds and jewelry, all the precious gemstones on it,
Yes.
Yes.
or on their hands, or on their clothes, or whatever they do. That's the value and the tradition that has been left for them.
Right. Yes, Master.
They just continue it. Should she wear pajamas to go to the state banquet to greet the president of another country?
Yeah, no, you
No.
will look very bad on the UK.
Better the UK and better the Commonwealth and everybody.
Yes.
My God, this is the thing. People forget that England is still a very, very free country.
Yes.
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 And many people want to immigrate to England even.
Yes.
It's not all that easy. Of course, they have to show their value and all that. But unfortunately, we mostly take things for granted. In the old times, if somebody threw eggs at the king and the queen like that, their head will go on a holiday forever.
Yes, yes, Master.
And their body will go somewhere else.
Yes, Master.
And even to criticize the princess of Wales like this, they would at least be in jail forever or a long time.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, Master.
England is a very, very good country, very democratic country. Of course, we also have faults everywhere, in every government, in every system, just because we lack enlightenment.
Understand, Master.
All we need is enlightened leaders and governments.
Yes.
Not to need to snatch away the brooch from a princess and give it to some poor people. Poor people we will always have. It's just the system in society has to change to make everybody happy by having all the needs, basic needs for them. Right? Yeah. But the government also has to take care of many things, not just poor people, but migrants, war, refugees, and the pandemic even.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
It's not all the governments or princesses' fault. It's all the people in the world have to change to a more benevolent, more compassionate way of life. Then we will not have poverty. Then we will not have problems. Then we will not have any war or pandemics.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
And the princess should wear what she has to represent a great country like England.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
You see, for example, even some people who are poor, but in the wedding time, on the wedding day, the brides always wear something beautiful and not cheap
Oh, yes, true.
Yes.
to make her look the best, no matter what.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
And because people also come to the wedding party and also offer them some gifts and some money.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
We should wear what we can afford, what we have.
Yes.
Not that the whole country or the rich people have to rip everything off themselves so that the whole country looks poor. Is that good?
No,
No,
Master.
Master.
No.
Even if the princess donates everything, I told you already, it won't make any difference if the society as a whole doesn't change. If humans don't change into a more benevolent, noble race of beings on the planet.
Yes, Master.
Understand.
But King Charles III is a very tolerant king already.
Yes.
For these egg-throwing people, he just told the police to forbid them from carrying eggs in public. That's all.
Yes.
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 And stay like some 100 meters from him. My God, in the old times, they had to be gone.
Yes.
These people, the egg throwers, will be gone.
Yes, Master.
But I told you, if I was there, if it were me, they would probably throw tomatoes instead, right? Because they know I don't eat eggs, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pity, you know. I don't want them to throw anything at the kings. But if you throw vegetables, people still can pick them up and go home, wash and eat them.
Yes, Master.
If they're angry with the king about the economy downturn, then they should throw vegetables instead. But if they could afford eggs already, that means they're not in bad shape, right?
Yes, Master.
Not all in that bad shape. Some people just have different concepts about how to treat the famous and rich people.
Right.
Don't ask me. I would never think of going out and throwing eggs at anybody. Least of all the king, you know, because if he got angry, he might kill me, no? For what reason would I do that? Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
For what reason? Because England is still a very good country.
Yes, Master. Yes.
It's very, very, very good country, very free country. And whoever the king is still a very good country. So people should appreciate it and have more respect for the monarchy of England.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
It's my humble, normal citizen's opinion. I hope people don't throw eggs at me when I go out. Because I say so truthfully like this, yeah. If they do throw something, please throw vegetables so I can pick them up and go home, wash them, and then save me some shopping. Yeah, because if you throw eggs, then gone, you can't pick the eggs up.
Yes, true.
Yes.
Nobody can.
Even all the king's men cannot put the eggs together again.
I wouldn't, of course, because I'm vegan.
Yes,
Master.
But anybody else who is short of money or something, they couldn't pick them up and go home and eat them.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. At least it makes me laugh a little bit. Okay, what else then?
Yes, Master.
Yes, tell me.
Some people think that the UK should rejoin the European Union's single market for better economic stability. What does Master think about that? The UK rejoining the EU?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I think the European Union is doing many good things and they are straightforward about it. I mean, some states maybe not, but the majority of them are okay. They value democracy. They're helping democratic countries, for example, like Ukraine, and they send help, donations, and charity everywhere in the world where it's needed.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
Yes.
And if the UK is now in economic downturn because of kind of trying to settle down in the new situation, and with the war and all that, I think the UK definitely should rejoin the EU because then it will make them stronger also in the face of any war as well.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
Master.
right, Master.
And it's easier for transporting anything they need between many countries, between the EU and between the UK. Because at the beginning of Brexit, I saw on the news that many trucks struggle to go through the border because of Brexit, a new law. Like, you have to do this, you have to do that in order to go through with transporting food and all that. And many things perhaps go rotten as well because of waiting too long for the bureaucracy.
Understand, Master.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, check-in and passport and all that stuff. Before, there was no need for that.
Yes, Master.
Plus, it's easier to do trading and exchanging goods and things.
Brexit has brought border checks, paperwork, delays and costs. Several export firms staged a protest outside Parliament this month.
Unless the government do something, a lot of these businesses will be finished.
Other sectors warn of significant disruption. New tax rules have prompted some European retailers to stop selling to British customers, while some shipping firms have paused their cross-channel operations.
If the wheels aren't moving, they're losing money. And ultimately, so are we.
An inevitable consequence of Britain's decision to quit the EU.
They have to sign forms for every single shoebox or crate that is in their container. health and sanitary and phytosanitary and food safety checks. That is the consequence of leaving the single market, that there is now a regulatory border.
Businesses suffering amid the coronavirus pandemic. Brexit has so far brought costs and little benefit.
It's better to be united in the whole Europe because the UK is also in the European zone.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I think it's better for the economy.
Brexit is doing the economy real damage.
Brexit, as negotiated, is frankly a disaster.
We've lost a large fraction of our trade with the European Union, including with high-value professional services trade. That's making us poorer.
The Office for Budget Responsibility is the official body that provides independent economic analysis. It's concluded there's been a 15% reduction in trade intensity as a result of Brexit. It also released this data. The red line shows UK exports. Unlike other advanced economies, the UK's exports haven't bounced back after COVID. The OBR links this to Brexit. And if that's trade, next is business investment. It peaked in 2016, the year of the Brexit referendum. It's never returned to that level. Or there's the value of the pound. The strength of the dollar has lowered the value of currencies around the world, but the pound has fallen considerably against the dollar since 2016, and a weaker pound makes imported goods more expensive, which in turn has contributed to inflation. Put all of these factors together, and this is the Office for Budget Responsibility's conclusion. It forecasts that Brexit will reduce UK GDP by 4% over 15 years. Based on available evidence, Brexit in its current form is one of the things constraining the growth of the UK's economy.
I hope people will rethink that and join the EU. Maybe there was some misunderstandings or mistrust or some knots before. There should be iron out and talk about it and make some compromise or some new understanding. Then the UK and the EU should be one. It's easier for everybody.
Understand, Master.
Right now, for example, if you are a UK citizen, you can't stay in Europe for more than 3 months.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is terribly strict. I remember British citizens could stay in any country. Like even before the EU, you could stay in Spain for 6 months, but nobody cares if you stay longer. Nowadays, they kick the British out if they stay longer than 3 months.
Wow.
Wow.
I saw that on the news. It's very unfriendly to each other, for neighbors.
Yes.
It's unfriendly. It's no good. It creates angry vibes. No good for both, yeah, for the EU as well as for the UK.
Yes,
Understand.
Master.
To be together is good as long as it's not forceful, not oppressive, and not obliged.
Yes, Master.
As long as it's voluntary, voluntary and peaceful, then it's good. Like the United States of America, many states and territories before, joined together. Hawaii and some islands like Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they joined the U.S. So they became also the United States, one of the states and one of the territories. And when Puerto Rico has some problem, like a hurricane or something, the United States immediately send help. They send help anyway, but still it feels like you have a brother, family who takes care of you, something like that.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
It's nicer to be together in peace and harmony. But it's up to the English people, they have to rethink and they probably have to call a poll or vote again.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
And if the majority are okay to join, then maybe they will join. And I hope it's soon. It's convenient for everyone.
Yes, Master.
Are you happy with my answer or you want Brexit still?
We are happy with your answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you yourself like the UK to join the EU or not?
We prefer them to join also. It become a big family.
Yes.
It's a world coming together.
Yes, it's better that way. It makes things easier, especially the two sides are peaceful, civilized countries, so they could talk and help each other.
Yes, Master.
No need to separate. Yeah, maybe they just think about separation. They can remarry again. People do that sometimes.
Yes, Master.
Okay. All right. Any other things?
Yes, Master. A couple of days ago, on Monday, there was a loud bang sounding like a big explosion in London, with many callers dialing 999. Some saw a huge flash of light and a plume of smoke rising into the night sky. Reports say there were no signs of fire, nor any signs of an explosion, and that it could have been caused by thunder and lightning. Others say that it might have been a meteorite. Strange how this explosion seems to fade into almost nothing.
Yeah, they say it's like that. They say thunder and lightning, but it's not like that.
No.
Lightning and thunder cannot make a big explosion, a big plume of smoke and a huge light like that.
Right.
Yes.
Well, by the way, if you ask me, I'm glad that it has been reduced to almost nothing.
Oh.
It has been intervened. I am not at the convenience to tell you who and why and where. But it is like that. It has been reduced.
Understand, Master.
If you want to know further, it should have been at least 533 people dead, many injured, and many other damages.
Oh my God. Terrible.
But as it is, it's like nothing happened.
Yes.
Thank God.
Thank God.
And we should thank heaven. Thank God for that.
Thank heaven.
Thank
Thank
God.
God.
Heaven.
Yes.
Thank all the protectors. Okay. Now, sometimes it can happen because many people in London have U-turned to vegan. Yeah, I told you.
Understand,
Yes.
Master.
When it was named Most Veg-Friendly City by PETA in 2019, then London Mayor, His Excellency Boris Johnson, welcomed the honor and noted the city's noble history of vegetarianism. That's because London was a hub for vegetarian ideas and popular veg eateries since the Age of Enlightenment in the late 17th century. The city today is bustling more than ever with vegan restaurants, vegan markets, vegan delis, and vegan cheese shops galore.
One of the biggest new food trends became a mass movement thanks to social media. Veganism. Now there's a trend that's come right out the blue. A year ago, being a vegan wouldn't have had mainstream appeal. Today, it's everywhere. Whether it's for ethical reasons, to save money, or simply to be healthier, swapping animal products for plants is a rocketing trend. A trend now worth almost £600 million a year.
It's not only a trend, but it's here to stay.
It's not just a diet choice, it's being sold as a healthy way of living. Meat-free, dairy-free, put simply, animal-free. Going vegan is gaining traction with the new age of conscious consumer.
The vegan trend is just exploding everywhere, as I'm sure you'll be aware of, both in the restaurant industry, both in the at-home industry. Suddenly both specialist vegan providers and also the mainstream providers, the sandwich shops, the restaurant chains, are really catering towards vegan options in a way that you've never seen before.
And new research from retail analyst Kantar World Panel shows that 29% of evening meals in the UK don't feature any meat at all.
An extra 200,000 consumers now saying that they're vegetarian over the last 3 years, which actually is quite significant. When you look at the trends there, we've got 1 in 5 households who are now actively reducing the amount of meat that they're eating.
Concerns over animal cruelty and the environmental impact of farming have had a lot to do with it. And it's also being helped along by celebrity and sports star endorsements.
That helps heaven to come to help them in many more ways that they don't even know.
Yes, Master.
That's good for them.
Yes, when some cities or some countries or some town reach some numbers of benevolent energy by producing it through their own benevolent way, in some way, somehow, then that country or that city or that town will be much more assisted by heavens and protecting angels and other beings, powerful beings. That's why we pray for world vegan, so we have more peace and lasting peace.
Yes.
But the English people became more and more vegan nowadays, so it's much less likely things will happen to them. But they should not take it for granted. They should continue the benevolent way.
Yes, Master.
Then they'll be safer.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
It's good. Many more things I know, but I can't tell you everything. But that thing I knew, okay? I knew that.
Understand.
When did I write this in my little notebook? It's written here, 29 November. I can't even read. One moment. I turn on the better light. I can't remember when I wrote it, but many weeks ago.
Yes, Master.
29 November this year. I wrote here asteroid. Oh God, we hit London.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. 533 people will die and more injured.
Wow.
And it will affect also the royal family, etc.
Wow.
Wow.
I wrote it many weeks ago, but never mind. I'm glad it's reduced. It's good like that. It's good like that. I'm so happy. I'm so glad.
Yes, good.
Yes.
Thank God.
Thank you,
Thank
Master.
God.
Thank you, Heaven.
All right. Anything else, my dear?
No, Master.
That's all we have, Master.
No? Okay. Then it's good. Do any of you want to go home?
No, Master.
No, Master.
I'm glad. Okay. Yeah, we want to go home, but our real home, not the temporary and, destructible home.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
Yes, Master.
I also wanted to go home. Big home. Because sometimes I feel really tired of this world,
Yes, I understand, Master.
They do just crazy things.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Crazy things and brutal and evil things and so simple. The logic, just be good, then all good things will come to you. Just simple logic. And they don't listen even. Huh? And then cause so much suffering for themselves, for their country, and for the world. Yeah. And get nothing in the end. Do they get anything in the end? Like, for example, Russia has invaded other countries before, but then they had nothing in the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lost a lot of money also. And lost a lot of their own citizens, Russian citizens. And they lost so much. Nothing. They couldn't keep anyway. In the end, they will all die anyway. All these dictators, all the great, big, bad kings and queens, where are they now, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nowhere. Just in hell. Perhaps still in hell.
Oh.
Yeah, Hitler is still in hell. So imagine where else anybody would be if they were doing similar stuff.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
But this is kind of bad karma somehow. Otherwise, how can the whole country support and listen to just one blah, blah, blah person who's doing bad things to other countries?
Yes.
Yes.
So as I keep saying, humans, we have to change into a better way of life. Then we will not have any trouble at all. War or pandemic, hunger, nothing. We have everything. God gives us so many things. And the economy and everything will be so good and blooming. Instead of helping citizens and other country citizens, we're just burning it on the battlefield, killing and painting others. All right, we can talk forever. Anything else, my love?
No, Master.
No, Master.
That's it, huh? Okay, good then. I wish you well and I appreciate your steadfast devotion to a good cause, to God's work.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Master.
Master, for calling. Thank you.
Thank you, and all the animal people, thank you. All the good people in the world, thank you.
Thank you, Master.
God love. See you next time. Talk to you next time.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I look the same, even if you don't see me. Okay?
Yes, Master.
In the last photo, I look the same.
Yes,
So
Master.
then maybe a couple more wrinkles and gray hair, okay?
Thank you, Master.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you, Master.
God bless.
God
God
bless.
bless, Master.
God love. And I love you.
We
We
love
love
you,
you,
Master.
Master.
Người như miền Thái Dương soi dấu huy hoàng, ta như loài phong lan thu mình yên hương. Người như thuyền qua sông trôi mãi xa bờ, ta theo dòng mưa đông bên đồi lang thang.
Hurting and destroying other people, other living beings, and things using violence usually comes from the emotion of hate, anger, and lust of conquest, desire to subjugate, and not being able to control these emotions. Reverend Ryugen Watanabe Osho, vegetarian.
Be vegan. Make peace. Do good deeds. Hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD